Respected chairpersons, faculty, and ophthalmic fraternity present here. Good afternoon to you all. And I stand against the motion of the House, and I will rest my discussion basically on this notion that was promulgated by Hippocrates a long back ago, and which is still the sine qua non for any kind of medical education and profession. That is the primum non nocere, or first do no harm. That is the first thing. Now, when he promulgated it, that was mainly intended for the patients. But when I see it in the terms of ophthalmic surgery to be performed by residents, I see it in a three-pronged way. One is the implication on the patients, obviously, the implication on the residents themselves, and the speciality, the broad specialty of ophthalmology, the social ophthalmology, and the epidemiology part. First, coming to the epidemiological perspective, now ocular trauma has been known to be one of the major causes for avoidable blindness throughout the world. The Indian data has been a bit lacking in it, but we had two studies which placed the figures to be around 1.2% of the national blindness. But now the highlight of all these data is that mainly it affects the children and young adults, first of all. Secondly, it has got a very high prevalence, 1.2%. So again, we are standing at the threshold of Vision 2020. Are we prepared to give these children and young adults with such a high percentage of avoidable blindness in the hands of untrained residents? Are we prepared to do that? So that is in terms of the perspective, in terms of the epidemiological perspective. Now, there was a paper in IGO in 2013 by Professor Natarajan, which mentioned the need for ocular trauma be emerging as a subspecialty. So that highlights again the point that it still remains as a underserved and unexplored specialty. So the need for training, proper training, as my colleague just pointed it out, it has to be a proper training with wet labs under supervision. Without that, you cannot risk the patients. Now, in terms of the patient perspective, yes, there was 11 commandments from Dreyer which says that confidence, whatever you teach, it has to raise confidence, raise skills, but with the best possible outcomes for the patient. And there was a study again by Valence et al., and this was basically not related to trauma, but related actually to the cataract surgeons. When they just evaluated the consent forms later on, 30% of the patients expressed unhappiness when they were being told that they were being operated by trainees. So they also have the right to cite when we are talking about the trauma patients. So not necessarily to be treated as experimental eyes, but they also have to be treated by the best in the field. Now, coming to the main theme, that is the resident's perspective. Now, in the US, the ACGME has a criteria that a minimum of 4 globe repairs have to be performed. Now, that is a norm that they have postulated. Does such a norm exist in India? Not at all. Even if we talk about proposed national curriculum, which was proposed in a paper in IGO in 2018 by Grover et al., they mentioned the entire proposal of a curriculum which included the number of surgeries that should be done, which included cataracts to somewhere around 50 and the other surgeries around 5. But there was no mention about ocular trauma surgeries or open globe repairs even in that curriculum. So still we are lacking in that part. And there are a plethora of papers which have been mentioning, specifically from the West. They all report that though it has been told that it is like somewhere like 5 open globe repairs should be performed, but still the comfort level of the residents in managing those cases has been less than 50%. Now, one thing is that if the the residents are mainly operating in the OR, doing a cataract surgery, they feel so much stressed when they are actually having a rent or a corneal damage. Just imagine the situation in the OR where that is already a stretch situation. So judgment errors can be very high, and as my colleague just pointed out, the table scenario with all the senior faculty, is the presence of faculty really out there when the need is there? How many times do we have the resident with the full strength faculty of all the subspecialties available? A trauma is a multi-speciality case. Cornea, retina, everything might be damaged at the same time, and you might not be having all the competent faculty present. I do not remember in my residency as a first year or as a second year or as a third year that the entire faculty was there if there was a trauma along with a retinal damage. So that is one thing about the Indian scenario that we need to look into. And finally, I rest my case by just asking an open question to the House. If this is a case in a routine OT as an elective surgery for a subluxated lens, how many of us will be giving this case to a resident rather than it being performed, that is a non-traumatic case, rather than being performed by a faculty himself? If the answer is to be performed by the faculty, so why treat the traumatic cases any differently? Thank you.